Ei, pessoas, por trazendo mais um vídeo. Hoje iremos reagir a Cursed by Henrique Mendonça featuring Amy. So, I think everyone knows at this point how I feel about Berserk. Berserk is probably the one anime slash manga that I will never read nor watch. However, I do understand that it's probably one of the best stories, and I know that a lot of people are really passionate about it. So I'm very excited to see what Henrique Mendonça has for me today. And it's also featuring another artist that I don't recognize. And this video is almost 8 minutes long. So buckle up, this is going to be a long one.
Can tie the hands of fate and time.
Oh.
Or else who go the face is step from the path right, and I deny the peace you brought to my heart. Even inside the hell, I'd understand why the pain of your goodbye.
Oh. Okay. Amy with the most beautiful vocals I've ever heard. The way that the instrumental and her voice work together, that's like the opening to a movie. It's almost... Oh my god, I was really not expecting that. And the way that she hit that high note, that was beautiful. Ah! Oh my god.
Someone judge me, send me home. I'm most perished, so let me go. I'm a walk alone underneath the dark, with the marks of curse. That's why I shout, that's why I shout. Don't you know?
Wow. Okay. I'm actually just completely blown away by this entire performance right now. I love the powerful instrumental, and everything about it was just quite beautiful. It reminds me of the movie Belle, if you never watched it, but Belle has probably one of the best soundtracks in an anime movie, and Henrique Mendonça and Amy were able to almost replicate that feeling that I had when I first watched it. That was incredible.
That's why I shout. Onde não havia mais a luz, a vida se fez vida. Onde não havia mais ar, nascido já estava. Uma vez um sábio me falou, olhando em meus olhos, exclamou: você não pode culpar o fogo por queimar, nem o vento por soprar. Guerras e guerras faziam esperar um oponente à altura, que me levasse pra outro lugar, que não tivesse ternura. Pra ver o que você viu em mim. Um golpe veloz foi o bastante. Meu orgulho ferido me fez saber meus joelhos aqui nesse instante. Eu não quero motivos para lutar, preciso apenas de um comandante, cuja condição para que eu viva seja pelo seu sonho lutar até morrer. The curse of blood is on my skin.
Henrique Mendonça's voice in this particular scene, I love how sad and distraught he sounds. I know that may not have been what Guts was feeling maybe at this particular point in time, but just in terms of the message, it is really unfortunate. Guts doesn't want a reason to fight. He just wants someone to point him in a direction. It's almost as if he doesn't have his own will to do anything. So I love just how Henrique Mendonça just put a lot of emphasis on his voice. Even though that may not what have Guts felt, that may not have been what he felt during that time. Just in terms of the underlying emotions that were going on, it's just really layered and really beautiful.
Para que eu viva, seja pelo seu sonho lutar até morrer. The curse of blood is on my skin. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything because I am forever marked. In tomorrow I can see it from the shadows. We will emerge as spring again.
Ooh.
E assim foi por longos anos, sucedeu. Mediante a nova vida que eu conquistei, familiar nova ganhei. Mas porque nova assim eu nunca tive algo parecido antes. Quem me garante que vou regressar? Que ao meu lado você vai estar. Sim, eu obedeço todas as suas ordens, mas onde que isso ainda vai me levar? Ter que enxergar o inocente olhar de uma criança culpada por lá estar. E ao voltar, vejo brilhar.
And then once again, we have that change in emotion. It went from being maybe a little bit sad, but mostly apathetic. Now we actually get to hear the guilt in Henrique Mendonça's voice. I love also he changes the tempo. He changes how fast he's rapping. He changes just everything about his performance. Man. This is something that I do really appreciate about music that is about Berserk. Berserk, at its core, is a very violent, very sad show. However, there is something cathartic about the show. There's something that is beautiful about the sadness and the gore that is in the show. Whenever I talk about my emotions about Berserk, a lot of people who are fans of it tell me so much about why they love it. And I think the music that is inspired by the show, it truly encapsulates that love for the show. Regardless of the content in the show, there is a lot of beauty within it. So I'm just really happy that Henrique Mendonça and Amy are able to balance the beauty of the show, but aren't also afraid of talking about the more horrendous content of it.
De uma criança culpada por lá estar e ao voltar vejo brilhar luz do ar. Aí chegar decepção num coração, seu coração a me enganar. Quase morri tantas vezes, sacrifique longos anos e meses pra descobrir que agora eu sou apenas mais como degrau. Eu tô fora, quer bater de frente como antes, vem agora. Eu te deixo de joelhos e você embora. Passei tanto tempo longe dos dias de luta que pensava que você teria encontrado só agora. Encontrar, casquista rainha. O que restou do fogo, mas onde é que Griff está? Eu fui eu vou te contar. E juntos faremos os seus sonhos se concretizar.
Eee.
So fragile in this lake, I see the atmosphere change. I come for you, my friend. Cause the summer of spectacular happening as if you.
Oh my god. I don't know why I paused. I think, I don't know, like, something about... Okay, you know what? I'm going to let the music play because I kind of just paused without thinking. Okay.
I see the atmosphere change. I come for you, my friend. Cause the summer of spectacular happening as if you damn you are nothing new. And no one's right because after the day coming here to this place just to rescue you. The parents are bloody for me. We don't want my to set you free. But that only chaos here. Only chaos. Yeah. The blood of my friends been through me. Yeah, I can hear your cries of despair. Let me do the girl cause they're the ones there. Cause they got the money in the air. They're shutting out up their last time. Let's be black so I know that I'm only falling under sun. We are in the air. Então
Damn, okay. That's all I can say, honestly. It's this constant build-up to the rage that Guts is feeling. I love it when Henrique Mendonça started to name all of his fellow soldiers who fought alongside him. And you can just feel that anger building. And then he mentions Casca, who at this time was his girlfriend, I think. God damn, that was really good. And yeah, no. Yeah, the Casca scene with Griffith is the main reason why I don't want to watch Berserk. That scene, it's very traumatizing. I'll just say that.
Então os guerreiros saídos da dimensão maligna jurados a vingar a honra que roubada foi. Vários summers can, yeah. I'm not feeling anything because I am forever. My heart in tomorrow I can see it from the shadows when we merge as renegades. Come on inside.
I'm usually speechless when it comes to Henrique Mendonça's music. I think this song has completely, I don't know why the song in particular. Maybe because it's Berserk, but I was just so, I felt like I was in a trance when I was listening to the song. Everything about this song, it just didn't feel like the most optimal time to pause and analyze, even though that's usually what I do. But I feel like with this particular song, you just have to listen to it in one, like, complete listen. You can't pause it, you can't analyze it, you can't do any of these things. The song is just beautiful from the beginning to the end. It captures a large variety of different emotions. Amy was a fantastic person to also feature on this song too. This was my first time listening to her, and the way that her voice, it was just so beautiful. And I think when she sang along with Henrique Mendonça, their voices just naturally worked well together. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I apologize if I wasn't as thorough as I usually am, nor I just apologize if I didn't really say anything interesting. But I feel like if you were to listen to the song, you have to listen to it in one complete, just you have to listen to it completely before you do anything else. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below on who else I should be reacting to. And until then, obrigado por assistir. Simply ordinary. Audi.